My name is Robert Adams, or Bob Adams. I came to Hong Kong in 1969 with Chase Manhattan Bank. That's when the year the chamber started, in fact. And 10 years later, I became chairman. Hong Kong was a different place. When I first came, we flew in on Pan Am 1 from New York via Los Angeles, Hawaii, Tokyo, and then finally into Hong Kong. We stayed at the old Hilton Hotel, and if you walk past Pedder Street, you wouldn't see an English sign. Basically, it was a different world, the Central's position. Of course, you didn't hear Mandarin, you only heard Cantonese. And the taxis were black and white Mercedes, most Mercedes diesels. Trams were the old style. Of course, they're still the old style, but the buses have changed. They were the old-fashioned double-decker buses. So it was a completely different feel. Hong Kong was a place for Hong Kong. We couldn't go to China. The Americans particularly, we couldn't even buy in the Chinese department stores, or we weren't supposed to. We just weren't supposed to go to China. So of course, as a banker in those days, most of my clients we had American business, but most of them were Chinese textile companies, particularly Shanghainese, shipping companies, those sort of things. And then, of course, the British Hongs. My involvement with the chamber was, of course, getting active in the 70s, and then I was treasurer, and then president or chairman. In '79, we went to the trade fair as China was opening, and the Chinese invited our delegation to drive back through China in their cars and meet with the mayor of Shenzhen, which was a small little place, I think a few hundred people. And he was telling us how great they were going to be. It was hard to believe, but I think he would prove more realistic than we thought he was going to be. And then in '85, when Gage McAfee was chairman, he asked me to start a relationship with the Hong Kong government and how to do it. So we formed what ended up the Government Relations Committee, which were small meetings of maybe a dozen people, informally, off the record, Chatham House rules, to create a dialogue with government where it was all confidential, and at least we could get to know them personally, and that proved very effective.